Hey up internet, and welcome back to On the Sofa Live. If you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay in the loop. This is from the Poke again. Nigel Farage tried to convince BBC Breakfast's Sally Nugent that no one cares at all about his 5 million crypto gift as she pushed back until he squirmed. This is hilarious.
Nigel Farage has gone on the offensive of telling people it's not their business when he's being investigated because it is the people's business.
Yes, exactly. You're going to want to sit down to watch this because it's a journalist, BBC Breakfast, Sally Nugent, holding Farage's feet to the fire on things he's said and done. No, really. She accused him of hypocrisy over his claim that Andy Burnham has no mandate when his own MPs didn't opt to hold by-elections when they jumped from the Tory ship. Okay, now, yes, let's watch a bit of this.
We've done since 2024 were not in their manifesto, so there's a feeling. There's a disconnect now completely between what we vote for, what we're told we're going to get, and what we do get. And in this case, it'll be a man that comes in from the outside with, and I repeat the point, I don't know what he stands for. He will have no mandate. We need an election.
It's interesting what you said already. You've spoken this morning about a mandate, whether or not Andy Burnham would have a mandate. Do you have a mandate? Do your MPs who defected from the Tories have a mandate when there wasn't a by-election?
Well, they would argue, people like Suella Braverman would argue that the reason they left the last Conservative government was on the same policies they contested the general election on. Therefore, they may have changed parties, but they haven't changed policies. So
that's their argument, though. But the voters haven't been given the chance to make a choice.
Well, do you know what? If you go through history, hardly anybody ever holds a by-election when they change sides. We might want to change the rules on that, but they are as they are. Does Suella Braverman, does Robert Jenrick, do they have a mandate because they were elected on very clear policies? I would argue strongly they do.
But that is hypocrisy. You're saying it's one rule for you and another rule for them.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying
you are.
What I'm saying
exactly what you're
is
saying,
they were elected in 2024 with their own election addresses, their own promises, their own records in government. That is very different.
It's completely different. They were elected for a different party.
To becoming prime minister. That is it's a different magnitude entirely.
Yeah, right.
He is he's like a dolphin. He flips so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
His none of your business campaign was impressive.
Yeah.
People were asking him, what'd you do? And the thing that made me angry, though, is that he kept on saying none of your business. And then he said his $5 million gift was like winning the lottery.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's nuts. And he's trying to destroy your country. He's doing exactly what Donald Trump did. He's making money and he's telling, while the country's on fire.
Yeah.
While everyone hates each other and he's making money off of it.
BBC Breakfast said, how much of the money have you spent? Reform UK leader Nigel Farage told BBC Breakfast, I've done nothing wrong, when questioned about a £5 million gift from billionaire reform backer Christopher Harborne. And we've got the clip here.
Apart from the media, no one cares. No one cares at all.
The Parliamentary Standards Watchdog care because they are investigating it.
They are. You're right. There's been a complaint received, complaint from the Conservative Party chairman. They're investigating it. We'll see what they say. I'm absolutely convinced I've done nothing wrong in any way at all. I also know that since I was elected as an MP, I've taken zero in personal expenses. I'm very careful and very cautious about these things. I believe it to be a wholly private matter. The Standards Commissioner may take a different view.
You had already given an interview about the possibility of becoming an MP, and then you accepted the gift. Is that right?
Yeah. And after that, I said I will not stand in this election. And I was pretty clear when a snap election was called that I wasn't going to do it. I did change my mind subsequently.
You said that £5 million was for lifelong security for you. You've also said it was a gift. Can you just clarify?
No. Let's be clear.
For?
Let's be clear. It's an unconditional gift. I can spend it on cars if I want to. It's entirely up to me, right? But there is a specific reason for this. I have been physically the most attacked and endangered politician in Britain for now well over a decade.
Oh, let me shed a tear for you.
I've asked the state to help and support. Most times they point blank refused. I know, because of the division in politics, that I will need protection until the day that I die.
Do you want to know why?
That is what it's for. And it means, frankly, I can get on with my job and not worry about the long term.
So, Mr. Farage, how much of that money have you spent?
Sorry, go on.
Nige is literally the man who throws a rock in a crowd and wonder why the crowd is chasing him.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Nige. Plausible deniability only works if it's questionable. We know he took the money as a bribe. How come he took the money and then all of a sudden he's running again?
Yeah.
Come on.
Exactly. And since he took this £5 million from this cryptocurrency billionaire, he's been extolling the virtues of cryptocurrency, funnily enough.
Have you gotten involved in that cryptocurrency stuff?
No, not me.
Every person I've ever come across that is just a scammer.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I think as well.
Oh, nice.
Look, it's literally none of your business. If I've given it to charity, but the truth is, I haven't. I know what it's.
You haven't spent any of it.
It's none of your business. It's literally none of your. How much of your salary do you spend on beer, on petrol? It's none of your business.
I think it is our business. You want to become prime minister. I think it's everyone's business.
Didn't the king even show his tax information?
Yeah, he did.
Nige is a liar. If the king's showing his tax information, then you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
I think it is the public's business to know.
No, it's not the public's business.
Well, it's being investigated by the Parliamentary Standards Committee, so it's somebody's business. You're saying you need security, a legitimate point.
Yep.
How much of that money have you spent on security so far?
I'm sorry. I know I'm not going to answer that deliberately, willfully.
Do you wish that you had declared this money at the time?
It is not your business at the BBC to put me in danger. Therefore, I will not answer that.
I would just like to clarify. Do not make any mistake. We are not putting you in any danger at all.
If I answer that question you asked, so I won't.
So, but you have already said that you haven't spent it.
So he's admitting that he got money from bookings.
Yeah, he always gets really touchy when he's shown the slightest bit of scrutiny. He always gets touchy when he's shown scrutiny, especially if it's a woman. Have you noticed?
Of course, because this is the same man that he wanted everyone to respond with cold rage. Yeah. And then try to explain it away after people were running around fighting the cops.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you wish you declared it at the time?
No.
You know this is going to keep coming up again and again and again.
That's it. And look, you can obsess about it, all right? That's fine. I spent, goodness knows, scores of hours in Makerfield, out talking to people, out knocking on doors, meeting people of all political opinions, and only one person raised it with me. So, if you want to go on about it for the next 3 years, you go on about it.
I don't believe that.
I'm going to get on with my job.
Yeah.
This is the same man who goes and stands at the ocean and yells at it.
Yeah.
Stop the boats! Stop the boats!
Yeah, exactly.
I've learned to have utter and complete disdain for Nigel Farage. He just makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, me too.
And he's seeing what's working here, and he's trying to apply it to your country. Every time I hear someone in the UK say woke, I'm like, you guys are drinking the Kool-Aid. You didn't even say that word 15 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Isabel Oakenshit said, Farage squirming on BBC Breakfast. At last he's getting a good grilling about the £5 million and is losing it. Don McGowan said, if you have a spare 3 minutes and 45 seconds today, watch this fantastic grilling by Sally Nugent on BBC Breakfast. The very first time I've seen Farage question properly about this £5 million bum, and it's fair to say he totally fluffed it.
Plugging your ears and saying la 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 doesn't work.
No, no, it doesn't. Mike H. said, Nigel Farage has an absolute car crash on BBC Breakfast in an interview which he says nobody cares about his £5 million gift, tries to deflect by comparing what Sally Nugent spends on her wages on and how she earns, and accuses the BBC of putting him in danger. Rockaway, sorry, go on.
Really quickly, what danger is he talking about besides going to jail when the truth comes out?
Having milkshake thrown at him, I suppose.
You should be happy that people are throwing milkshakes at you. In my country, they throw way worse things at you.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
You should be. I would be like, I saw this thing where it was an old Sarah MacLeod episode, but she was interviewing this guy from the BBC, and someone threw fish and chips at him. I would have went like this. I would have opened my mouth, be like, I hope it comes with sauce.
Yeah, yeah. Rockaway, hashtag defends the BBC, said, hats off to Sally Nugent. We need more of this from the BBC. Farage totally exposed and squirming like a weasel. He's got away with it for far too long.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Yeah, exactly. Planet Belfast said Farage became increasingly rude, patronising and visibly twitchy when Sally Nugent pressed him on his £5 million bun from billionaire donor Christopher Harborne. If he can't handle scrutiny on BBC Breakfast, how can he expect to be taken seriously as a prospective Prime Minister? Yeah, good question.
When he's going to be in charge of all of the money.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is it. Larry the Cat said, Nigel Farage condescendingly asserts that nobody cares that he was given £5 million by an overseas crypto billionaire. As with so much, he is wrong. I think people do care. Kate Cronin said, thought this was a great interview by Sally Nugent. Farage tried Nobody Cares, and when that didn't work, he switched to ad hominem, oh well, what about your salary? If nobody cares, why has he avoided being interviewed about it for so many weeks?
It's one of those things, why are you reacting so strongly also?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm an extremely passionate person, and if I have an opinion, you're going to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he doesn't, he's telling people to mind their own business when this man habitually gets in everyone else's business.
Yeah, exactly. Long-suffering Cat said, just witnessed Sally Nugent holding Farage to account on BBC Breakfast. The little weasel does not like scrutiny, really showed his true colours. If only the media had done this historically instead of the usual tummy tickle interviews. Planet Belfast said, that was fantastic. Haven't seen her Farage that rattled in quite a while. No wonder he's been in hiding. Well done, Sally Nugent. And finally, Johnny Aneurysm said, surprisingly, Sally Nugent is actually grilling Farage on the £5 million on BBC Breakfast. He's not. happy. And we can only hope that this is the start of a new era when the mainstream media hold Farage to account and give him proper scrutiny. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And please do me a favor and like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and do leave a comment because that would really help me out with the algorithm. Okay, bye for now.